Brian, Sam, Fox Sports Next, ScarletReport.com. Rutgers is done with spring practice. They just have the spring game coming up, which is, Sam, it's one of those things that fans love. They get to get out, see the team, watch them in action. I find the spring game almost unwatchable at most times because it is so vanilla and so dumbed down because everybody's paranoid about whether coaches are going to be getting tape of it and then scouting that team for the coming season. Before we get to what took place in spring practice, what do you expect out of the spring game?
Well, I expect people to come to have a good time and, embrace, finally football has returned to Piscataway, if you will. But at the same time, you got no healthy running backs. You got Savon Huggins and Desmond Peoples, and that's it. And a quarterback, when you're not getting hit, how much can you really show? I mean, it's going to be exciting. You're going to see ones versus threes, so there's going to be plenty of scoring.
You would hope.
You would think. Last year there was.
Yes.
But when it's like last year, Brandon Coleman had a breakout day against Ben Martin covering him. It's not really game-like situations, but it's going to be fun to watch for people.
It is, and people should come out of this spring game thinking, boy, Rutgers' offense can be pretty good this year. If you don't leave with that feeling, that means the offense did not perform well because it's set up for them to do well. And one quick thing with the spring game is you mentioned the running backs. We're going to see Michael Burton and Sam Bergen playing running back. They are fullbacks. They are not running backs. It just tells you the dynamic of the spring game. The one thing to look for, to me, if you're going to try to gauge how things are going with the game, are the quarterbacks accurate with their passes, and are they getting rid of the ball quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gary Nova has had a very good spring. Easily better than last spring. He blew last spring away, but we'll see how that goes on Saturday and if he can continue it through camp. He took the end of the season hard, and there's been improvements for sure.
All right, when you look at spring practice, that's really where a lot of the competition takes place, and unfortunately it's what you guys don't see. It's what we're able to see throughout the spring. And one thing that jumped out to me was a week left in spring practice, and they started shifting the offensive line around. So you're going to see Keith Lumpkin playing left tackle, who's only got a few practices under his belt at left tackle, but the way he's been on the edge is impressive to me, and he's got great length, which is huge. And I know you've seen some stuff on the offensive line that you like.
Well, I know that, this is where bowl practices were huge last year, because bowl practices were Keith Lumpkin and Chris Muller playing with the ones and twos, and that's what you're seeing now. The original line, which was what they used last year, sub in Taj Alexander for RJ Dill, it wasn't getting it done. It was a bad game of run blocking in the second scrimmage last Saturday, and changes had to be made.
Yeah.
They made some changes. Antoine Lowry has seen his time decrease in favor of Chris Muller. And Caleb Johnson's playing well at left guard so far. I'm interested to see what five they go with for that first play of the spring game. But again, it is spring, and the real changes, they're coming in the summer.
I agree. And then another thing that excited me was the play of the cornerbacks. I mean, It's a big question mark. And Ian Thomas, his transition from receiver has been absolutely phenomenal. He looks really good out there. Now, look, he's going to have to learn some things as you move along. You never want to start a first-year guy in the secondary, but he's going to anyway. And then the second part is Nadir Barnwell has come on. No contact for him because of the shoulder surgery, but, man, I'll tell you what, his hips are incredibly loose, and he can stick on a receiver. The biggest question with him was always top-end speed. It's not a huge necessity. Just from what I've seen, he has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, there have been a lot of focus on the big guys in camp, but I think that at the skill positions on both sides of the ball, you look at the defensive backs, a corner, and you look at the young receivers, and that's really where people legitimately surprise me. Ian Thomas, you already mentioned, and I love that Ian Thomas actually has some attitude to go with that quarterback position, which you really need out on the island. On the offensive side of the ball, Carl Magadosi is really stepped into the Brandon Coleman role with Coleman hurt. Again, it's spring, but he's got great ball skills, maybe better ball skills than Coleman in some ways. And then, Leonte Carew, Ruhan Peel pick it up right where they left off at the end of last year.
All right, give me your one offensive player of the spring, the guy that's really jumped out to you more than anything.
I would say that not necessarily that's jumped out the most, but my most improved, I'm going with Marquise Wright. Marquise Wright was a fifth-team defensive tackle. He moved to guard, was not happy about it, but he cut down some weight, got in shape, and he's a second-team guard right now, and he's playing very well, and he's someone that, if he keeps that down that path, could play.
Yeah, and I'll give you one for me on the defensive side. To me, it was Ian Thomas.
No question.
Every time you looked on the field, he was making plays, and they wrapped up the last spring practice on Thursday. He got beat a couple times where guys made catches, even though he had tight coverage. And Ian Thomas has been so good this spring that when two guys caught balls on consecutive plays against him, everybody was amazed that he gave up 2 completions. That's how good he's been.
Yeah, Ian Thomas will be one to watch on Saturday for you guys, and you know it's going to be, like Brian said, it's going to be vanilla, but you're going to see some big plays, and I think that's what everyone wants to see.
And we'll have a recap of the spring game and lots else, and loads of recruits will be on campus as well, so stay tuned.